Hello guys, Sean Fay 2, welcome back, brand new video. Today I'm talking about the most underrated and Doctor Who monsters and villains that should come back. First of all, there is no numbering order on this. This is just, some that I think should come back, and I'll give the reason why. So first of all, we have Rootons. The Rootons from such stories as Horror Fan Rock, and that's about it really. They were in that video game, which was the Gunpowder Plot, I believe. But that's about it. They're creatures that can basically go inside, let's say, human beings or other creatures, and be big, huge alien blob. Well, they are a big, huge alien blob. Then go into inside other creatures, basically like an alien squid, and they've been fighting some tyrants. But that's probably why they're good. Do they need to come back? I think they should come back, but maybe an off-screen appearance, but like the next villain. But they were re-wrecked. Next villain is Monvelians, the Monvelians or bad guy, whatever. Um, I feel like the Monvelians were just, they were there in the background in Series 10, and that's all they were there for. They were there to be killed, and yeah, they were probably fighting the Monvelian War, the Daleks, but why were there the new series Daleks, and why weren't they the classic black and grey sort of Dalek, grey and black sort of Dalek? So, just the bronze. So that didn't explain it. Then we got the Mara, giant snake. Um, Only has two stories. I think this one deserves to come back. I think they've done something like that in series 9. Yeah, that one needs to come back. Have something different. Now we can have some classic monsters in the new series, I think. Next up, we have Roboforms. Now, Roboforms are the new series monsters that I think need to come back again. Roboforms are like pilot fish. They're called pilot fish. They're Santa Clauses. I would like, but they're a bit like Autons, but they're like used as robots. I would like to see like them dressed up as other things, just in Santa Clauses. And we saw, what one looked like underneath. I would like to see them a bit more, maybe dressed as other things and controlled by other people, and maybe a rebellion or something, and they control themselves. Next up, we have the Monk. The Monk is a classic Doctor Who villain, even though he's only been in 2 stories of Time Lord. He's a other Time Lord than other than Master or the Rani, and really, Doctor Who, he's only been in the first Doctor's stories. Dalek's Master Plan, the Time Meddler. So yeah, we need more. Next up, we have Grask. Grass. I feel like there could be a huge grass empire, um, rather than being uh, like the trickster. I think it was a slave to the trickster. I think the grass should be more than just a slave. I think the grass were big, could have been big characters and Doctor Who, big villains. I mean, they were only in that red button thing and a couple of things for Sarah Jane. I think there's the potential for grass. Went a bit there. We had Gross as well, so there were good Gross and bad grass. So next up, we have Pterodactyls. Pterodactyls, I can't pronounce them. Pterodactyls, from the Fifth Doctor story, The Fishitation. And this is one of those stories, aliens, monsters, bad guys, where they were only one story, and I feel like they should be back. They've been mentioned and all that, but we haven't seen them. But then I wonder what they would do with their design and all that. So I would like to see them back, but don't ruin what they look like. They are pterodactyls. Next up, we have cigarettes. Now, cigarettes, we had this huge Christmas invasion. We had the Doctor defeating one cigarette, and the cigarettes not really fighting, and they're not really, bothering. Only the leader. The cigarettes were really just, you know, we'll just get their blood and let them kill themselves. Basically, they were killing them, but they were technically killing themselves as well. But they were technically killing them. Um, and they've been in like behind shots, behind. You see them every now and again. But I would really like to see a story where like the Doctor would have to fight, a group of cigarettes, or he'd have to get people to fight, get them trained to fight a group of cigarettes or something. Not just a Christmas special neither, because that's another thing, like they're all in red, gowns and all that. So there you go. Next up we have is the Rani. The Rani is a female Time Lord. I did like the Rani a lot. Though we haven't had her in the new series. We had an audio. She has regenerated audio because Kate, I think her name is Mara, died. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I mean, excuse me. Yeah, she needs to return the Rani. In my opinion, needs to be some other thing than just the Master. Well, they have got Rassilon, but other than the Master and Rassilon, another villain needs to come back as a Time Lord. In my opinion. Next up, we have this Fascination Rada. They were another creature, but they were technically two stories now. It was one story, and they were in that game. Shadows of the Fascination Rada. Really, really cool creature. I'm actually writing a story about the Fascination Rada, my own story. I'm making it up because it's made up. It's not real. It's just a made up story, right? Right, next up, we have Omega. Same with the Rani. Same with the Monk. He was in two stories. Arc of Infinity, which I've actually just watched, the Arc of Infinity, and Three Doctors. Classic one. I think he invented time travel, wasn't he? He invented time travel. Oh my god, I think, if I can remember correctly, and it'd be just nice to see him. Did he survive? Did he not? The Fifth Doctor said he did. He could. Well, he did. He didn't say that. He said he could have survived. He survived before, so why didn't he? Why couldn't he survive again? So, and he was supposed to be in that K9 film, so K9 facing Omega would have been a bit weird to see, but nice to see Omega back. Coloureds next. Now, Coloureds are what Davros was technically, but he became part Dalek and all that, and he got all that stuff wrong with him because he was blown up by explosion, I believe. Coloureds are just humanoids, and that's it. They are humanoids. Some of them are scientists and some of them are not, and that's it really. And next up we have our Thals. We haven't seen Thals. Cards we've actually seen. Thals we haven't seen since classic series, since I might get this wrong. I don't know, were Thals in Destiny of the Daleks? Or were Genesis the Daleks the last one? I don't know if Destiny of the Daleks they were Thals, but there were definitely Thals in Genesis Daleks, which that was 1975. It was either 1975, 1979. Anyways, I can't remember by the top of my head. Next up, we have Sensorites. Now, another thing with Sensorites is we always hear about the Ood spear when we hear about the Ood. So we did watch Sensorites, got through that, and now it's been all Ood. It would be nice to see an update version and make them look a bit more better than they used to. They did look a bit weird, but they were alien-like, their feet and all that, and their faces. And they are, well, I'd say they're connected to the Ood, so it'd be nice, to see them again back on the screens. And the next one I have is Macra. The Macra, for me, have been downplayed because of the new series. Gridlock, it was an alright story. For the Macra, they were absolutely terrible. They were just there as beasts. They could have been crabs. They could have been anything. They didn't need to be the Macra. That ruined the story for me a bit. I like Macra to be like humanoid creatures. I know they probably could do that, but not like a giant crab, like they were just crabs. The crabs of the previous Macra from Terror of the Macra. Is it called Terror of the Macra? Terror of the Macra. Were actually, whoops, talking so much, the screen's gone black. Were actually, not scary, but menacing, should I say? But they were menacing. Of course, if you got into groups, they would have got you, but they weren't really menacing. And I like the animation as well. It made it look much better. I think they should turn and make them more friendly. Next up, we have is Ogrons. Now, Ogrons are the Daleks' bodyguards, more to do with, I think, slaves to the Daleks. They're just like, servants who serve the Daleks. It'd be nice to see them back in Doctor Who, with another one, which I'm going to come up with now, is Rovermen. Rovermen is another one which we saw them in two things. We saw them in Invasion of Earth and the film Invasion of Earth 2001, 2150. They were just Rovermen who were controlled by the Daleks. Next up we have is the Black Guardian. Now the Black Guardian was in the Black Guardian trilogy, and he was Guardian. Now I think something similar of the new series, but they weren't the Guardians, was in the new series. I don't watch the new series. None of these are, by the way, from the new series, just from the classic. So anything beyond series 10 is not on here anyway, so never is. Black Guardian, so I think he deserves a comeback. He was only in a couple of stories. Was Black Guardian series, not series, with the Fourth Doctor? He was with the Fourth Doctor, Keys of Time, and he was with the Fifth Doctor. Yeah. Okay, next one: Cyber Androids and Rustin Warrior robots. Cyber Androids, basically Rustin robots, and that's what they turned into. I would liked it if they actually connected them together and said, these are some modified Rustin robots, but because they were before the Rustin robots, that's probably why they were like that. Now, I don't have the last two on here yet, but I'm going to write them down here now because I've got a list. I'm going to put down Yeti. Yeti for me were classic Doctor Who film, but they weren't many stories. They deserve to come back in a Christmas story with Yeti. That's just a story waiting to happen. That's just easy, tick off the bucket list. I don't understand why that wasn't a thing. Next up we have is Ice Lord. What's an Ice Lord, you might say, Jordan? It's an Ice Warrior. It's the one with the weird, helmet. And they've actually really wound me up with this, because as far as I've known, fans have always called them Ice Lords, and they're not technically called Ice Lords, but then fans are calling a Cyberman, which was never called a Cyber Lord, but he's a Cyber Leader technically, but they will call him a Cyber Lord. Do you know what I'm saying? So an Ice Lord, which fans have been calling it for a long, long time, an Ice Lord, hasn't been on our screen for a while. Now, the Grand Marshal, which has the same sort of one, which has been back on the screen, but as a normal Ice Warrior, which is all glittery from the Seats of Doom. So I would like to see an Ice Lord back, with the, serving an Ice Queen. I like, the different ranks in the Ice Warriors to be explained, and, why that is. Though I don't think they're going to bother with that as a new series, to be honest, but that's one creature I would like to see come back. Okay, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching this video. Take care. Bye for now. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care. And bye for now. Bye-bye.